For BWYellowJackets.com, I'm Brendan Gulick. This is probably the busiest week of the spring as the Yellow Jackets have competed so far pretty well here this week and have an extremely busy weekend. Let's get you set and a little bit of a recap on what happened here earlier this week. Things got started on Tuesday. The baseball team with a really big conference series against Ohio Northern, trying to keep some of that positive momentum going, and they did well. They swept the Ohio Northern Polar Bears by scores of 4-3 and 9-1. The offense played a little better there in that second game. Good to see that for those boys. On Wednesday, an awfully busy day, the softball team, who we'll get to more in a second, they just got some pretty cool recognition this week. They had a tough day on Wednesday, losing to both Ohio Northern in games 1 and 2, 6-4 and 2-1, the scores in those games. Now, the softball team was just ranked number 24 in the country, and it's the first time this century that they've been ranked nationally. It's been a long time since a softball team here at BW has received national recognition, but they have more than earned it with an outstanding record on the season. Those 2 losses in conference give them 3 in the OAC now, but they almost ran the table outside the league, and they're playing extremely well here so far this season. The tennis teams also played Ohio Northern on yesterday. The women's tennis team lost 8-1. The men's tennis team beat the Polar Bears 8-1. The baseball team with a big win yesterday on the road. They knocked off the number 7 team in the country, Worcester, by a final of 7-5 with 5 runs in the 8th and 9th inning. Really looked good late in that game to come up with a big road win. And the lacrosse teams both played Ohio Northern yesterday as well, and it was a good day for both the men and women's side. The women won 13-7 out in Ada. The men with a great victory, high-scoring first half, very defensive second half, 16-14 after losing to Ohio Northern in the regular season last year. It was some nice retribution for those guys here on the same field this year. So 16-14 the final, and the men's team is now 4-1 in the OAC, 10-2 on the season. The softball team, again, 24th in the country. Today they have a doubleheader against Hiram. Really important games for them after losing to Ohio Northern to try to get a couple of wins back. The men's tennis team on Friday, tomorrow, is going to go down toward Mason, Ohio, down in the greater Cincinnati area. And they're going to play at the Lindner Tennis Center against the Barons from Franciscan University. And it turns out the tennis teams are going to be down all weekend in Southern Ohio because as part of a very busy day Saturday, the tennis teams will play Muskingum and Marietta, and those are set for noon and 3 p.m. on Saturday. The men's and women's golf team are both playing in events on Saturday hosted by Worcester, but at 2 different courses. The men will play at Worcester Country Club as part of the Nye Intercollegiate Invitational, and the women's golf team plays in the Worcester Spring Invitational, and they're at Mohican Hills Golf Club, which is out in Jeromesville. Track and field team has a really big weekend. They're in Columbus for the All-Ohio Outdoor Championships. Those are hosted by Ohio Wesleyan in Delaware, so good luck to the men and women competing there this weekend. Zach Dysert continues to be impressive. 5 career OAC Men's Field Athlete of the Week awards now for Zach Dysert. The women's lacrosse team, men's lacrosse team, baseball, and softball teams all play Muskingum this weekend. The women's lacrosse team and men's lacrosse team both play at 1 o'clock. The women will be at home. The men are on the road. And then the baseball and softball teams with doubleheaders, both at Muskingum, and both of their first games are also at 1 o'clock. And then on Sunday, the men's and women's golf team continue their tournament play from Saturday as part of a two-day invitational down in Worcester. So good luck to everybody competing this weekend. Really looking forward to seeing how the teams tighten up these conference races here for the OAC schedule. And who knows, maybe we'll have lots of OAC championship tournament competition coming up here next month. Good luck to everybody competing. We'll keep you updated with everything you need. BWYellowJackets.com.